Hello guys, Trogdor here again with another Redstone tutorial. Today I have for you an updated version of my Redstone lock. It is quite a bit smaller than my version 3 version. This is technically version 4, but it does use quite a few repeaters. But it is really small. So let's go ahead and give it a test. It has all the same features as my old ones. This has the default code that I always use, 9, 3, 1, 2, and then 5. 5, if I can hit it. 5. And our light comes on, signifying that the lock is unlocked. Any button will reset it now, other than the 5. So I always use the 7 with my default code to reset it. That's why I'd never really put manual resets on this thing. If you know your code, you can just reset it with a button that's not part of the code. But yeah, that's basically all it does. If you start pressing the buttons, 3, 1, 2, and then you press like 4, it resets, so after you press 5 it won't do anything. So yeah, that's all it really does. Simple little device, and it's actually fairly easy to build as long as you understand Redstone to an extent. So yeah. Okay guys, let's get on with this tutorial then. So the first thing you're going to do is make your button panel. So it's just a 3x3 slab wall, or block wall, with buttons on each of those. On the back you're going to place a redstone torch on each of those. Now we got to get those signals in a flat line, so we're going to transfer power from these in a certain way. The first two we're going to take care of is this one and this one. They're pretty easy. You're going to take repeaters, come straight out of them, and just put 2 repeaters. So that's those done. Next one we're going to do is the very middle one, because that's going to go right here. So I put a block there, redstone dust right there, and then a repeater coming out of that. So that's that one done. Now we're going to dig a little trench for this one. This one right here. So you're going to go down 2, and then down 1 right here. And then we're going to go ahead and wire that one up. And dust there. And a repeater right there. This space right here is going to be for this block right here. So we're going to go ahead and do that one next. Put a block right there with redstone dust on it. Then you take 2 repeaters coming out of that. And that's that one hooked up. This one right here is going to be the same as the other side. Block, redstone dust, 2 repeaters. Next we're going to do this one and this one. So we're going to do this side first. Going to go up 3 blocks right here. Put a block right there, and then a block right there. Next you're going to delete this block. Makes a little X type shape. And oh yeah, you're going to have to put blocks above those torches right there. So after you get the blocks above your torches and that little X shape, you're going to take redstone dust and place it here and here. Then you're going to take a repeater, place it going that way. And you'll see this dust come on. then you're going to take 2 repeaters and come out of that. On this side, we're going to do the same thing, make an X. So we're going to put a block there, 3 blocks there, block on the side, and then delete that one. And we're going to do the same exact thing we did on the other side. Dust, dust, then repeaters right there, there, and there. And that's that one. The only one we haven't done yet is the top middle. So this one right here. To do that one, we're going to take a block and place it right on top of that redstone dust. Going to take redstone dust and place it right there. Going to place a block, let's see, right there. And then we're going to place another block there and one down here. So coming from this block, we're going to place a redstone repeater going that way. Then we're going to place dust right there. Notice they connect. We don't want that, so we'll put a full block right there, cutting it off. Then we're going to take another redstone dust and go down here. And finally, we're going to put a repeater right there. Now, that is the panel done. If you're like me and like having everything perfectly synchronized, you're going to have to do a few things to these repeaters. So if you did it exactly like I did, we're going to want 3 delay on all of these lines. So the ones on the sides are already at 3 because there's 1, 2, 3 repeaters on 1 tick. So we just basically have to count the repeaters and add a tick for the ones that need it. So there's 2 repeaters on this line, so we got 2 ticks. We just need to add 1 more tick. There's 2 repeaters on this, 2 on this. There's only 1 on this, so this one needs to be on 3 ticks delay. There's 2 on that, so 1, 2 on that, 1. There's only 1 on that, so we need 3 ticks delay. And then this one is already at 3 ticks. So that's that perfectly synchronized. That's not fully necessary. I just like it to be completely the same. So next what you're going to do is you're going to come out to the edge of this, dig down 1. And you're going to then go in 1 and dig down another 1. So it's 2 deep right here on the edge of these repeaters, and you're going to follow that trench going all the way this way, like so. And I believe, yep, 1 more. So that's your trench. So 2 deep where all the repeaters are, and then 1 deep just to the side of it on this side. And this cow is getting murdered. I hate cows ruining my tutorials. Okay, so basically what you're going to do, this is going to be a 5-digit code, so I'm going to need 5 trenches. So what you're going to do is decide how many you want. So if you want a 4-digit code, you're going to need 4 trenches. So for mine, it's going to be 5, so I'm going to go over 1, or skip a block, and then dig down 1. Skip a block, dig down 1, skip a block, dig down 1. Let's see, that's 1 trench, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So these are the things I'm going to dig. It's going to be exactly the same as the first one. So I'm going to cut here and dig these out. And you guys do the same, and then I will be back for the next step for you. Okay, once you're done, it should look something like this. Again, if you have only 4 digits, you would only have 4 trenches, or 3 for 3, 2, etc., or more if you have a bigger code. So the next part we're going to do is you have to decide on a code. And like I said, I always default to the same one for my tutorials, and that's 93125. So what you're going to do is you kind of just figure out where everything is. So the 9 digit comes off from this repeater right here. The 9 button comes right from here. So what I'm going to do, since the first digit is 9, in this first row, right where the 9 is, I'm going to put a block down into that trench. Right where it is. So 9's right here, block right here. I'm going to do the same for each of the digits, and I'll do this all on screen. So 3 is this one. And if you need to figure out where they are, if you press like 9, you'll see, if I was quick enough, here, we'll do 3. See how that goes off? You just can press them and figure out which one goes off to figure it out. But 3's right here, so I put a block right here in the second trench for the second digit of my code. Then I go to 1, which is this one. In the third one. And then in the fourth trench I go 2, which comes from right here. And it's the second one right there. So I put it right there. And then 5. 5 is the very center button, which comes here, and it's actually the very center of those repeaters, so we'll put it right there. Next, what you're going to do is come from those blocks and put redstone dust going all the way up to here. I personally like to put redstone dust coming this way. That way it's a little bit easier to change the codes in survival, but that's not necessary. So I'm just going to go straight from the block all the way over. Basically, you just need to be able to accept power from this redstone dust and transfer it all the way to the side. So I'm just going to do that to each of these. And then, yeah. Next, what you're going to do, and this is, I'm going to cut on this part, but I'm going to show you what you do, and you're going to have to do this to all of them, is starting with the block that has, or the one that corresponds with your code. So the one you put the block on, you put a block right above it. And then I like to put a temporary block on top of that. And then you just go ahead and go out to the sides, like so. Basically put a block in front of each repeater. And then what you're going to do is put redstone torches on each of these blocks. Except for the one that you put a temporary block on. That one doesn't get a torch. So you're going to do that with each of the other ones, and I'll show you again on this one, and then I will cut and do the rest of mine. So again, I put a temporary block above the one that I don't want to put a torch on. And you don't have to keep these open, but you don't need to cover them up either. But again, you're going to put torches on all of them, except for the one that corresponds with the code. And you can leave that block there too. I don't like the look of it. So I'm going to do that with the rest of these. Right now, these torches should be on, and the very first one should be off. We'll take care of that after I come back. So continue doing the same thing to each of your lines. And I will be back and show you what mine looks like. Okay, once you're done with that, it should look something like that. Each row should only be missing one torch. And that spot should be right above the block you placed inside your trench. So should look like this. These torches should be on right now, and the first row should be off. And we're going to take care of that right now. We're going to take repeaters, and you're going to put a repeater in front of each of these blocks. And as you do that, you'll see torches start to turn off, which is what you want to see. And you just go ahead and do that on each of these. Next, what we're going to do is take blocks, and we're going to put a line of blocks above our torches. And then we're going to take redstone dust and put it on top of each of those blocks. So stop right here for each of those. And I will cut and just go ahead and do that really quick. And yeah. Okay, and it should look like this now. And that's that part done. All we gotta do is hook this up to the NOR latch array once we build that. So the next thing we're going to do is you're going to come over to this line, your very first line, and then you're going to go right to this block right here and dig down 2. Then you're going to go over and dig down 2. And then you're going to dig down 2 all the way that way till you get to this end. And these 2 also. And I'm going to do that right now. Okay, once you get that little ditch dug, what we're going to do is put a block right in front of that redstone dust. And you're going to put a block down here. And then you're going to do that all the way over. You're going to just alternate. So you want a block in front of the redstone dust. And you're going to have to make sure you clear the block underneath it, because we're going to be using that space. So basically just a little zipper pattern, if that's what it kind of looks like. It kind of does. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and so on. From there, you're going to take redstone torches, put them on the front of these, and then underneath, this one does not need one. The very first trench will not need one, but under each of these, so on this block right here, we're going to place a torch underneath this block. And we're going to do that to each of these. And these are basically our AND gates hooked up in sequence. This is one input from the AND gate, and then the torch would be the second. So this first one doesn't have an AND gate. This one does though. This needs to be on or off, and this line needs to be off at the same time to get a signal out of that. And that's what those are. Just an AND gate array, if you will. Next, what you're going to do is take a block and put it on top of that torch right there. Then you're going to take a torch and put it on the side of that block. Then you're going to take a repeater coming out of that torch, a block in front of the repeater, block on top of the repeater, and to put blocks on top of repeaters you just have to crouch. Then you're going to take a redstone dust and put it there. You should see it turn on. Take a torch, put it there. The torch should go off. And then put a redstone dust right there. And that is a NOR latch. So you're going to copy this part right here, this little NOR latch, on each of your digits as far as you have to go. And I'm going to do that off screen. Murder some more cows because they're starting to encroach on my space. So go ahead and copy the NOR latch over, and I will be right back. Okay, and we got the, oops, don't put dust there. Now we got the NOR latches all set up. Now we just have to hook up the NOR latches to our, I hate animals. Like, I love animals in real life, but I just hate Minecraft animals. They're just so annoying. But now we just need to hook up our NOR latches to our AND gates. And to do that, we're going to take redstone torches and put them on the sides of these blocks. Right there. The last one doesn't need one. Then you're going to take repeaters, and it has to be on 4 ticks, so max delay, and put them coming out of those torches that you just placed. The reason why these have to be on max delay is because if you put a number that's the same number as the previous one, if you press that button without delay between these, it will actually skip the number. So say your code was 2214. Without this delay there, it would, you press 2 and then it would input it as you pressing 2 twice. Hopefully that makes sense. But anyways, coming out of the repeater, you place a block in front of that. Then you're going to go underneath that block you just placed and break the block right underneath it, and then place a redstone dust. So do that for each of them, and I'll just do this on screen quick because it shouldn't take too long. And then you're going to take a redstone repeater, coming out of the block that you just placed the dust on, and going into this block. So a repeater right there on 4 ticks again, so full delay. So you're going to do that to all of these. And if you have a 5-digit code, it will be 4 of these lines like this. What just happened? That doesn't need to be there. So yeah, 4 ticks on here, on each of them. And that's those hooked up. So now they'll go in sequence. So if you pressed, in this case, 9's our first digit, so you press 9, this one will go on, and it will allow you to press the next digit in sequence. But if you press the second one, so you press 3 without pressing 9 first, this won't turn on. That's basically all this little AND gate array right here does, and this whole thing's a NOR latch array, sequential. But yeah, that's more advanced stuff. Basically, I'm just talking gibberish to most people, I'm guessing. So basically all we have to do is hook up our reset lines up here to the reset of our NOR latches. So to do that, we're going to come out of the side of those lines, 3 blocks. You don't want to put a block on top of that torch, so stop right there. So I just go 3. You are going to have a quartz slab, or a slab of any sort. It really doesn't matter. And that's what you're going to put above the torch. And that's because slabs won't get powered from any source. So it won't get powered from these torches underneath. Next, what you're going to do is place redstone dust on these blocks. Then you're going to take full blocks and put them on top of the dust. Then you're going to take redstone repeaters, put them going into those blocks. Then you're going to just hook up the repeaters to the redstone line that you placed earlier. And that should be everything done. Now you'll take your output from this last NOR latch, however you want to do it. So if you want to place like a torch there, have an inverted one. You could place a torch here and have it off. What I'm going to do is simply grab the redstone line from there, come out to here. Let's see. Do that. We'll come out to the side. We're going to make it look like the one that I did up there. So I just bring the line over here. And I'll place some lamps to signify that it goes off. So when the lamps turn on, it means it's working. So let's test this out. So we press 9, 3, 1, and you can notice in the background there, you can see that the torches are going up. So what did I press? I think I pressed 3. So 1. No, I must have pressed 1. And if you notice, it doesn't reset if you press the 1 again. It would take a little bit more logic to actually fix that. So we'll press 2 and 5, and it turns on. So 9, 3, 1, 2, and 5. And it turns on. There you go. And you won a prize, Mr. Piggy. Anyways, that is the entire tutorial. If you enjoyed the video, or the build, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps out my channel. And thank you for watching, guys. I will see you guys next time. Have a nice day and goodbye.